Board game content creators love making top 10 list videos, but since there are so many of them, it can be intense trying to figure out which ones to watch. So today, I'm gonna make it easy for you all and let you know the top 10 board game top 10 lists of all time. Number 10, Tantrum House's Top 10 Board Games of 2020, Guys Edition. Everyone knows that guys have the best taste in board games, so it's great that Tantrum House specifically made a top 10 list showcasing games that other genders just won't be able to appreciate. This video is a refreshing change of pace, and it's really nice finally getting to see men's opinions on board games for once. Number 9, the Dice Tower's Top 10 Board Games that should be in every home. There are so many homes that don't even have a single board game, like these huts belonging to Zimbabwe's Tonga tribe or this Eskimo's igloo. The Dice Tower strongly believes that every home in the world should have 10 specific games in them, and they made this video showing them so that people can get their priorities straight. Number 8. Quackalope, Sam Healey Top 10 Board Games of All Time, Top 20. What's amazing about this Top 10 Board Games of All Time list is that it has 20 games on it. Literally every other top 10 list I've ever seen only includes 10 games, which frankly just feels like a waste of time now that I know it's possible to include 20. Hopefully this video starts encouraging other content creators to be more efficient. And hey, maybe one day we'll see a top 10 list with 21 games on it. Number 7. The Brothers Murph Top 10 Games That Grew on Us. As I'm sure most of you are aware, the Brothers Murph unfortunately have had some board games starting to grow all over their bodies, which has been very difficult for them and their families. Incredibly, Nick and Mike were still able to put together this list showcasing the 10 best of those games, and it's really inspiring seeing them turning this disheartening situation into something positive. Also, they do have a GoFundMe where they're raising money to help pay for their board game removal surgery, so feel free to check it out and support them if you can. Number 6. WatchMojo's Top 10 Best Board Games of the Century so far. WatchMojo is one of the most trusted names when it comes to board gaming, so I'm so glad they decided to make this list featuring the 10 best games of the years 2000 to 2100. Even though this video was released in 2021 when the century had 79 years left to go, I have a strong feeling the concept stemmed from cold, hard data, and not just some clickbait title they thought would get YouTube views. Number 5. Just a Geeky Dad's Top 10 Board Game Tables You Can Buy. There are a lot of options for board game tables out there, but unfortunately, most companies just stockpile them without making any available for sale. It's very frustrating doing all the research and falling in love with the table only to find out it's literally impossible to buy. Luckily, Just a Geeky Dad was able to find 10 companies who are willing to sell their tables, so this video should save you a ton of time if you're in the market for one. Number 4. 3-Minute Board Games Top 10 Games That Changed How I View Board Games. Jay from 3-Minute Board Games unfortunately has terrible vision. In this top 10 list, he showcases games that have components he can put in front of his eyes to distort what he sees. Things like this magnifying glass from Micro Macro Crime City, or this red film from Cantaloupe. Now, these items don't really help him see any better, but they do change how he physically views things, which is boring for most people, but very exciting when you have as poor vision as Jay does. Great effort, Jay. Number 3. BoardGameCo's Top 10 Kids Board Games That Are Actually Fun for You Too, ages 5+. It's no secret that most kids' board games suck. Everyone hates them, and the only reason kids want to play them is because their brains haven't really developed that much yet, and they don't know any better. However, every now and then, there is a kids' board game that is actually fun for both kids and normal people. So Alex from BoardGameCo compiled a list of the 10 best. Number 2. Actualol's 10 Small Games You Should Know About. With thousands of games coming out each year, most people just don't have the time to play them all. John from Actualol realized this and put together this video featuring 10 games that you should just know about. No need to actually play those games since there's nothing special about them, but after watching his video, you'll know about them, and you'll have some context if they're ever brought up in some future conversation. And finally, number 1. The Dragon's Tomb's Top 10 Board Game Top 10 Lists of all time. That's right, this video that you're watching right now is number 1. This video is great, it's informative, and its host is completely unbiased. It's simply the best top 10 board game list video that's ever been made. And those are the top 10 board game top 10 lists of all time. Luckily, everyone has agreed not to make any new top 10 lists at any point in the future, so this video is now timeless and will never need to be updated.